Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Mueller and this is my overview of my paper which I have titled Internet Policy, What's at Stake for Libraries as Information Providers. Internet policy is quite interesting to me as it affects so many people, corporations and consumers alike. Why it matters for us as students of information and library science as well as future librarians is that we are looking at this from a consumer's as well as a librarian's perspective. Now, I've said internet policy, but I'm going to introduce another term which has been pretty big in the news recently, and that's net neutrality. This term, coined by Tim Wu, refers to equal access internet, where internet service providers, or ISPs, don't discriminate amongst content providers, whether they be Netflix or Google, or even a small startup company, or even internet users, where ISPs don't slow down, speed up, or impede the transmission of data or information in any way. Now, this is not a new idea. In the course of this class, we've studied the idea of common carriage as applied by the FCC, or the Federal Communications Commission, to telecommunications. Now, many believe that common carriage should also apply to broadband. So in this year, the FCC, after receiving overwhelming amounts of feedback, decided to reclassify broadband as a common carrier. Many believe that common carriage should also apply to broadband, which is why in 2015 the FCC has decided, after receiving overwhelming amounts of feedback from its consumers, to reclassify the internet as a common carrier under Title II. This is great news for everyone, particularly libraries, who, as information providers, are often a primary source of internet access for many consumers. Now, before the internet, libraries were a major source of information distribution. But as the world has become more increasingly dependent on technological advances, the internet has become its own major source of information. So, libraries as information providers have found it necessary to grow their digital offerings, including computers, laptops, even iPads or other digital devices, as well as instruction and of the use of these devices. Studies have shown that in about 2/3 of communities, public libraries are the only source of free public access to the internet, particularly in rural and economically disadvantaged areas. Libraries are also addressing the digital divide, as many users may need instruction on the use of these technologies as well as access to the internet. Libraries are also addressing the digital divide, as many users need instruction on how to use these technologies, in addition to also needing access to the internet. With these efforts in mind, it is easy to see how vital it is that libraries continue to be able to offer internet access. While the internet is still neutral, libraries can continue to function as they always have been doing, albeit with some libraries under budget constraints due to the pricing of internet providing. But with non-neutral internet, information provision by means of internet access will become difficult for libraries. ISPs would have the ability to raise prices depending on the amount of broadband use or on a whim. Libraries in many cases would not be able to keep up with these costs, and so in many cases this would significantly jeopardize the library's role as an information provider. Many people depend on the library for internet access, and this is why it is imperative that libraries continue to stay up to date on internet policy, as well as continue to be active in the defense of net neutrality. The current ruling by the FCC classifying the internet as a common carrier under Title II is a clear win for libraries, who, as information providers and as portals to internet access, have great need of an equal access internet. Let us hope it stays this way. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this brief overview of my paper, and enjoy your free and neutral internet.